Yo, what's going on, guys? It's DragsterTV here, back at it again. And today, guys, we're back here on Offroad Outlaws once again. As you guys can see here, currently heading on into town in the old OBS Chevy here. And we're taking the trailer with me because we have a straight gem to go ahead and pick up today. So, one of my buddy's friends messaged me telling me that he had an old early 70s Ford F250. I hear it's a dually flatbed, and, you know, it's pretty rusted out. It's in quite bad shape, but we're going to go ahead and look at it anyway, because I hear I might be able to pick it up for pretty cheap. So, we're already here at the destination. I believe that's the guy's house right there. We're just going to go ahead and pull in. He said truck's around back. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and get him out here so he can tell me exactly where it's at, so I'm not just driving around through some random guy's field. And then from there, we can maybe discuss a price and get her all loaded up on the trailer, take her back to the shop, and see what we can do with it. Alrighty, guys, just got done talking to him. He's currently walking out to the back of the field right now. He told me he's just right up behind these bales here. So I'm ready to go ahead and look at it. Let's go ahead and see exactly where it's at. There she is. Also, a couple of other abandoned cars out here I'm going to check out later. Alright. Well, there she is. She's in pretty rough shape, but nothing some sandblasting and some new paint can't clean up. Now, he says it hasn't fired up in years, so I have to go ahead and get this trailer straightened out and back it right up to it. And there we are. So I'm going to go ahead and get her all loaded up, close on a price, and then head on back to the shop and see what all I can do to this thing. Alrighty, guys, just got her all loaded up. The final price we closed on was $700 cash. Now, I know how much these things go for normally, so I came prepared with $5,000 cash. But I can assure you, I'm very happy I am coming home with $4,300 of it. We are now on our way, taking her home back to the shop. This OBS Chevy is putting in the work. You guys already know my F450 is currently in the shop right now. So this is really the only truck I could take to come get it. But we're on our way, so I'll catch you guys as soon as we get back to the shop. Alright, so we are now back at the shop. So far right off the bat, I'm seeing some pretty crusty, dirty looking chrome wheels, but did look like they were pretty shiny back in the day. And man, this thing just looks like, you know, it was your workhorse, your average workhorse back in the day. I'm pretty sure this thing was quite the beast back in its prime. So I sure am hoping we can restore this thing back to its original state, as well as put some finishing touches on it to kind of make it my own. So I think the first thing we can do is clean up these wheels, sandblast the paint, and throw on some new paint on this thing to see how it looks. A little bit of elbow grease later and some polish, as well as some cleaner, and look at these wheels. Slowly coming back, we're going step by step. Also, this thing hasn't ran in a lot of years. Out here in the yard, in the storage over there, I do have an extra 5.9 Cummins sitting in there, so might have to see what I can do. But first, let's take her back to the shop and complete the paint job. So chances are you would not believe me if I told you, but this is exactly what it looked like, original from the factory. Look at that paint and look at those wheels. She's one heck of a beauty, that's for sure. Another thing I decided to do was, while I was getting the paint done, I decided I'd go through and tint the windows. Not really fit for its era, but sure does look pretty good. Next up, I think I'm going to do a couple of body modifications to it. I'll catch you guys at the finished product and hopefully the engine swap. So many options, yet I only chose to do one, and that was removing that old crusty front bumper. But just wait, at the end of the build, because I'm currently getting it redone, polished up, cleaned up, we may throw it back on, good as new again. But for right now, we're going to head on into storage and see what we can do with that old 12-valve 5.9 Cummins. 15 grand later, and the diesel swap is complete, as well as the maxed out stage 4 turbo. Now it's time to do some minor engine modifications. We're not going to go too crazy with it, so I think the last thing I'm going to do with the engine is put some large port aluminum heads on. That'll add 15% more power, so just going to go for it, spend 2 grand on it. So now that we're done with our minor engine upgrades, here in a bit we may take her back to a different shop to completely max out our engine power with a full rebuild. But we do have a little bit more to go, so that will get just a little bit pricey, so we may have to just hold off on that for a little bit until we fully complete the build. Now with the diesel swap all complete, the last thing we have to do to this thing before it is completely restored back to its original state and perfect in my eyes is throw a big old stack on it. And there she is. Look at that. Definitely a great addition for this thing, especially after we threw in the new 12 valve in it. And it looks to me that this forward high boy is completely finished. So now it's time to throw up some mud, roll some coal, and see what this thing's got. Definitely a huge power upgrade after the 12 valve 5.9 Cummins swap, and all around definitely a lot better than sitting behind a barn to rot. Definitely all around way better restored. This truck used to roam these lands as a complete workhorse back in the day, so I'm just super happy I got out of that field, got it all restored and rebuilt back to its original form. In my opinion, trucks like these should never just sit and rot in the back of a field. So with that is it for today's build. Hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Drop that like if you guys did, subscribe if you guys are new and you haven't already, and make sure to turn on those post notifications to never miss a new daily video from me. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to measure us guys day or night. And with that, I'll catch you guys very, very soon in the next one.